Attention, attention, the laser has malfunctioned. Attention, attention, the laser has malfunctioned. Attention, attention, the laser has malfunctioned. Attention, attention, the laser has malfunctioned.
A little girl, and she had a little curl right in the middle of her forehead. And when she was good, she was very, very good. And when she was bad, she was... The Little Girl Who Lives Down the Lane, starring Jodie Foster, the sensation of Taxi Driver, and Bugsy Malone, in another superb performance as Wren, who seemed all sugar and spice, but something not so nice was buried out in her garden. You can thank heaven for little girls, but you can thank hell for the little girl who lives down the rated PG.
Yes, next weekend on the Drive-In Asylum late movie, the only movie ever made in Knife-O-Vision, A Blade in the Dark. And we hope that you will be back to hang out with us and watch the film.
Nitrovision.
Who could have picked that movie?
Knife-O-Vision.
What? It must be this place, Bill.
Oh, what monster could have done this? God, this place.
You should check your Facebook messages right now because I sent you 2 pictures, which we shall not discuss, but they are from deleted stuff shot for Amityville 2, and I just want to see your reaction.
Oh, we're not supposed to show this?
No.
Oh my, yeah.
These are never before seen, so I want you to have a look at them and tell me. You guys.
Wow, that's pretty hot.
Yeah.
I didn't get it, so
share it with them.
So we're really interested to hear what all of you thought about Unhinged. Tracy said something like, "What the fuck was that ending?" I think that's worth talking about.
Yeah.
The ending just seemed to like kind of come out of nowhere at the end. Well, not really, but
there's a lot of heavy breathing in that movie. A lot of breathing. I have a question for Mike Justice. Have you been to the house that this was shot at? Because it's also used for body of evidence. It's a 46 room mansion in the downtown of Portland. It's I can't imagine having that many rooms to clean. Bill and I were talking about during the movie how much work would be involved in cleaning this house and making sure that it's, especially the outside, looks gorgeous. Like it's immaculately manicured.
It was like, this fucking estate it would normally take 20 staff to maintain, and yet there was just like this strange looking man lurking around, and we weren't even really sure who he was or what he did. And then that other guy came in who looked like Ray Dracup from Don't Look in the Basement, the telephone man. He looked like that guy. But I want to know who their house cleaners were. They were pretty damn good.
Vince said he doesn't think it should be a video nasty. That end gets pretty close, though. That end is a lot of axe cutting. I know you don't see anything, but it's pretty tough. And I love the soundtrack. Dan brought up it's kind of like a poor man's Shockwaves, but I really enjoyed the soundtrack.
After watching it again, I do think now that it should have been a video nasty, because it was so brutal. Just how many times she hit her at the end with the machete. And like you said, even though it's off camera, there's just something to be said. The MPAA cuts those kind of things.
The one cut of just blood hitting the wall was like a tremendous amount of blood. Like it wasn't like, oh, it's an act. It was, it was a lot.
I mean, they shy away from the excessive for an R rating. So I don't know how this one would have gone down with them.
But I wish there was like a protagonist to root for a little more. You end up liking the villains more than the protagonist, but still interesting.
It was like an SF Brownrigg film, which is why I love it, but with boobies and a lot of over-the-top gore moments. Okay, well,
my
three.
Wife told me before she fell asleep during the shower scene, she said, "I want you to know that women never shower like this. We don't stand there and talk to each other, and it's cold, so you cover up right away." And I was like, "I know that." I said, "But this is for the foreign investors." She said, "Those people don't exist. It's just for perverts like you." And then she went to sleep.
Oh my gosh.
So she let me know. I said, it's a lot like, what do you call it, Bill? The one Jalo we saw. It has like,
What Have You Done to Solange?
What Have You Done to Solange has so many shower scenes. And you can tell that's when Joe D'Amato was like, finally, I get to do the shower scenes. And girls are just smoking in the shower. It's like literally they're just standing around. They're like 20 of them. And they're all just standing around smoking while they're in the shower. You can tell that's when he got excited.
Sounds like the wrestling team again.
Britannia Alda gets summoned again.
What, did she?
Yeah, Mike said it. The ending reminds him of her possessed freak out in Girls' Night Out.
I'm Katie. I'm Katie.
Yeah, this seems to have been a theme. I think wasn't Girls' Night Out? That was 83. It was maybe the year after this.
I think it was made in 81 though.
Yeah, that's right. It didn't come out for a couple of years.
None of them, as much as the gays want to say, "Oh, hot, I love it," yeah, none of them came from a good place. Actually,
it's funny because like there's parts of Sleepaway Camp. You're like, is this empowering or is it not?
No.
Because it's both. Like a couple times, and then at the end, you're like, no, it's not. It's totally not.
No, it's for shock value.
Yeah.
But again, gays don't want to have Dress to Kill taken away from them, so they'll be the biggest hypocrites.
Nora,
were you looking around? Were you? I like how you looked around before you said it. That was my favorite.
I've just been tarred and feathered for saying that before. So
Nora's confused too because, and I am too, about how the mother was fooled by Marion's little act that she had going on, because that Marion suggests, like when she's stabbing her over and over again, that this was a secret from her mother. But how would her mother not have known the gender of her child, or the sex of her child? It was just really kind of.
If it was the
very
father,
thanks, Nora. No, I can't stop.
So see, you get it. It was something that she said, I've been keeping it a secret from her, and then of course she yells down the stairs in her female register. And the mother, but wasn't she going to have to explain to the mother why she was covered in so much blood when she came out of the attic? I wouldn't buy that story at all.
Opening credits cut to a shower scene while a taco commercial plays in the background. Is that in this movie?
Yeah, that's how it starts.
You had me at taco. That's funny.
It was the most lightning strikes without rain until the very end. And I love that rainstorm that ran them off the road in the beginning. That just, it was only happening in front of the camera.
Yeah, right.
Well, it's, you know what they say, thunder only happens when it's raining, Bill.
Players only love you when they're playing.
Yeah. But I'm glad it seems like most people dug it. Nobody was scandalized by it. We all learned something, hopefully, from it.
Well, it would have been interesting if someone was triggered by it, because that way we could mock them or whatever. But wait,
there's another remake coming this year of it. The same guy that did the Winnie the Pooh movie is making a remake of it. I'm sure that it'll be well considered and not at all a bad movie.
Who's Chris Fisonik?
Chris Fisonik.
Sorry. Fisonik, I'd like better.
He's been on the show a couple of times. Well, no, he hasn't been on the show. His friend AC Nicholas has been on the show. Has appeared. You've never seen Chris Fisonik and AC Nicholas in the same place at the same time. That's all I'm gonna say.
Okay. All right. I think I know what you mean there.
David said it was like she had Tourette's. She asked her if she came from the Steele family in Pittsburgh. Did you catch that? Pittsburgh?
No, I didn't hear that part. Oh, that's great.
Yeah. There was like this illusion that these women had been socialites at some point, and then something happened and they were just sort of like living this isolated. Okay, here's another thing. Not only is that mansion very well kept, but it's in the middle of the fucking woods. So who does do they have electric there? Water, sewer, where are they putting their trash? I want to know who's taking care of them. Where do they live? And if they're so isolated that she has to walk 2 to 3 miles through the woods.
Oh my God, you're a tough call.
I know that there are candles in the house, but there's also power. Who's paying the bills?
Yeah.
This would be the most boring thing to watch in the movie. That's the movie I'm going to make, a slasher where we see the killers do menial tasks such as their bills.
We see all that effort just to do the ruse and then kill someone who's not going to identify you anyway, so why wear a mask?
Yeah, we need to see. You could do a documentary about the Sawyer family from Texas Chainsaw Massacre, but with none of the cannibalism or anything. Just like the details of their day-to-day life. Like, how and what. Let's go watch him work at this gas station. Let's see him talk to all these people that he talks to, and
So for your watchers out there, in my mind, I was just assuming everyone's from the East Coast, but are there any other countries here? Do you have international viewers?
We do.
Yeah.
But I haven't seen. Well, Jennifer Upton, who's a friend of ours who does the show every once in a while, she's in London.
Jennifer. Yeah.
There were a
few
couple of
Canadians too. Yeah,
yes,
Canada.
Canadians definitely, and there were a couple other people from the UK that used to watch it, but it's really, really late there now. So the people who watched were like working overnight, had the show
or not
on
working at all. They're watching Judge Judy or this.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
There's a lot of folks that watch it during the week too, because these get posted to YouTube, and then watch it throughout the week.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Okay, I will have to. I will have to check that out.
Dustin, I was talking about this earlier. You must have been on yet, but he was a lot like Ray Dracup from Don't Look in the Basement.
No, did his comment that just came up? Did you bring that to the front, or did it just automatically go there?
I do that.
Oh, you do that.
I have the power. I'm actually producing the show while being on it too. In fact, I haven't put an overlay up yet. I'm slack.
Roger says he's from Kentucky, which is a different country.
Yeah, Kentucky. Well, I'll be dipped in shit and rolled in crackers. That's the only thing I remember about going to Kentucky. My Kentucky friends used to say that. Sorry if that was a probably terrible accent and stereotype. But we got more Canada. All right, nice. I have this affinity for those Canadian tax shelter movies that tried to hide the fact that they were Canadian, and they all had the same cast. It was like, what, 5 of them? Terror Train, Prom Night, Happy Birthday to Me, My Buddy Valentine. Oh, to have been there. Yes.
Another thing I like about Unhinged is it's just got, other than the fact that it makes no sense, it's got that sort of vibe to it that is, there's something, it's modern day, but it's very gothic too. Because of course they're in this old mansion and everything, but like just like the way it's shot, like all the, the candelabra shots were just gorgeous. There were many.
This needed the Italian Gothic of they all need to wear white nightgowns.
Yes.
And have candelabras and be wandering the house. Like, what?
Instead, we got shower scenes.
Shower scenes.
Just full muff shower scenes. That's what we got. Instead.
Oh, there are the girls in the shower together?
Yeah.
But not together.
But they're not like,
It's a gigantic shower. It's like almost like a school shower.
In the house?
Inside. Yes. That's why my wife was so incensed by that scene. She's like, what the fuck is happening?
It's like a state prison shower inside the house. Oh.
Yeah, because
it was a bathtub.
It was a big. That shower was pretty big, though.
I thought it was a bathtub. Personally,
I thought it was a big shower.
That's funny. They had a communal shower in this movie.
Yeah,
just like Chopping Mall has a scene where after they get off work at the pizza joint at the mall, they're in the locker room with full bushes walking in the background.
I think sometimes when I'm bored at work, I think about Chopping Mall, and I'm like, everybody just had a party where they went and fucked in a furniture store. Like, how do you? And then we're like soft swinging. What is going on in that movie?
What does soft swinging mean?
It's like kind of like when you're not actually having sex with other couples, but you're watching them.
Oh, I thought it meant like trying to fuck without a hard on.
No.
It
could be that too.
Glad we cleared that up.
They're kind of just like watching each other, but like or at least they're like within the room.
Yeah, they were. It was creepy them kind of like watching. Do you know my very first paying gig? Because Julie Corman was my mentor out of film school, and she appreciated my love of horror movies. I wrote the script for Chopping Mall 2, which got bought, went into development, ultimately never got made, but it was the first thing I got paid for. And
wow,
Yeah, it was set at Christmas.
What was your concept for?
It was going to be set at Christmas. It was like the Black Friday type thing. Yeah, this was years ago, and but it was going to be cool, you know. And there would be a cameo for Kelly Maroney, of course, but yeah, it was some website had posted that Lionsgate is remaking Chopping Mall, and I showed it to Julie. She's like, they can't make that because I own that. We'll make it. And then she's like, give me a script. You know, it was one of those, like, that's when you learn about the broken promises and don't believe it till you get the check, you know, that kind of stuff. So
guess what we're looking at here?
What is
Saltburn?
That's Mike Justice at Pittock Mansion.
Oh.
So yes, he has
from
been
Unhinged. There. Wow.
A gorgeous thing. Thank you for sending that, Mike.
Oh, that's the house. Okay, I get it. I thought you called him a gorgeous thing, and I said that's disrespectful.
He is a gorgeous thing, but this is a photo of him at the mansion where tonight's movie was filmed. Tonight's second movie.
You know. Well, listen, I'm now new fans of your show. I didn't know much about it, but Joe had to tell me. So, but thank you for having us on and talking about Amityville, and it was fun. I'm glad that you guys do this every week, and the fact that you're not like, in my mind you were like next door neighbors or something, but you're like an hour away. So this is all sort of dad time, you know. I can get out of here. We're talking about the boys. So, but
yeah. I mean, that's why we do this, because we just like to hang on and talk about movies, and we have our friends come and chat with us, so it's a lot of fun.
Yeah. Well, I will have to pump in on Saturday and try to say something inappropriate, something like private jokey that will make you laugh or whatever. But anyway, I love this idea that people can listen. I have an AOL email address. I'm not a computer savvy person. So like this whole thing where the people can make comments and everything, like, I guess it's not new, right? Yeah. So no, this is fun. So, but we should do something fun in the future, like either make a movie or do something fun in Philadelphia, or you guys come to New York or something like that. And tell me who you want to see on the show. I'm really good at tricking people into doing things that they don't know that they're really going to do. Like, hey, you want to Zoom with me? Sure. It's like, we're on a live show right now, you know.
Is that what Joe did to you tonight? Did he trick you into doing this show?
Yeah, Joe. Yeah, tricked me into doing it, yes.
Whoa, what is that sound? There we go.
Yeah, whatever. So, but good night, fellas, and good night, everyone. And Pamela Coleman, I think you might be my favorite person ever. And yeah, Kelly Maroney, Vince Cornelius. You all know who Kelly Maroney is, right? You know.
Sure do. Yeah.
Yeah. Night of the Comet. Well,
Dad would have gotten us Uzis.
Yeah, chop them all. Have a nice day. She spent a lot of time in malls between that and Fast Times at Ridgemont High.
She did. It was her thing.
And it was always like the Sherman Oaks Galleria, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Back all when these like really neat shoe stores.
Back when you could like set off explosions in the Sherman Oaks Galleria for chopping mall on a tiny budget, you know.
Well, we're glad you were on the show tonight, Brian. Thanks for going all the way to the end, almost. With us.
All the way to the end, almost. But I do deserve some credit for those like flies on the thing. You know,
yes.
I added pre-production to this. Okay, so
and plus these fabulous Amityville gifts that
many
you sent
more
us.
to come. Did I send you bookmarks also?
Yes.
Yeah.
See, I don't have the movie. I don't have the book, but I have the bookmarks. So
you're all ready.
Actually, if people want a little swag bag of a bookmark, whatever, just hit me up on Facebook Messenger, and it's a good way to procrastinate doing the thing. Like, oh, I'll send you these instead. So,
For
But
God's
anyway.
sake, get out. It's a new book coming out at some point. We're not going to say when.
No, it'll be this year. Yeah,
written by-
hardcover, coffee table, scrapbook of all you want to know Amityville. There's even nudity in the book.
Hopefully, the shots you sent me.
But that was
privately.
nudity, right? Those two. Yes, that was some bestiality. All right. Good night, fellas.
All right. Good night, Brian.
I had so much fun. Bye bye. Joe's passed out, so.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Well, that was great. I'm glad that Joe and Brian stopped by tonight to hang out with us.
Yeah, don't forget to get Joe's movie from TerrorVision, his box set of the movies he did when he was just a teenager. They're actually amazing. Screenbook 1 and 2 are very much like Creepshow. Imagine a 14, 15-year-old kid making Creepshow by himself with his parents' help. It's really fun. And it's only a movie and Maligno on it too. And really fun set. It just came in the mail. Bill, I'll show you what else came in. I only got 2.
Yeah. Let's do some mail shots here.
Radiance sent a once
the mail shots.
And Black Kite Killers. These are both new from Radiance Films. They just came out. And Bill, I found out maybe this week I'm going to be getting a screener of the new Dario Argento documentary, Panico.
Oh, wow. Panico.
Yeah, not just because my name's in it. But yeah.
I mean, if anyone deserves it, it's you.
Oh, yeah. So I'm super excited about that. And while I'm hyping stuff, new episode of the podcast went up Friday. It's I Know Who Killed Me, a movie that everybody hates except me. No, a lot of people like it. And there's also a Giallo special that went up Tuesday with 3 Giallo movies you may not have ever seen before. You can find that at BNS About Movies anywhere you find podcasts and on YouTube. And the rest of the site for the rest of the month, there's 4 new Giallo movies every day this week, including I try to find ones that are under 100 views on Letterboxd, which is real hard, but I found a bunch. So I'm digging into 80s and 90s direct-to-video Italian Giallo that are mostly erotic thrillers. So some pretty fun stuff. And one actually that Sergio Martino and his brother helped write, which was not very good, but I still watched it. So,
what was that?
I can't remember the name of it. Let me look. I'll tell you the ones.
Sorry, I mean to put you on the spot.
No. Let me see. I'll tell you what was up this week. Let's see. La Stanza a Canto was that one, and also Plot of Fear I put up this week, which I really liked, and I had never seen What the Peeper Saw, and I did not realize that the guy who did Burial Ground actually shot a lot of the scenes for it, because Harry Allen Towers was the producer, and he said, I feel like this movie should be more exploitation than it is. It's a little too classy. So he hired him, and guess what? He got exactly what he wanted, because holy shit, is pretty good. David brought up The Skin Under the Claws, which is pretty cool. It's a little closer to Creamy, but you know what? The difference between Creamy and Giallo and slashers. Frank said, if you ever regifted this heavy layers of DVDs with your artwork, they'd be solid gold. What DVDs did I do artwork for? I don't know. Oh, these ones here that are the white ones and put my artwork on them. Yeah. Those are ones from whenever Arrow and MVD sends a lot of the screeners, they just send white labels. It's like getting white labels back when you're a DJ.
He'd never get any more of those white DVDs anymore if he did that.
No, I would be in trouble. So I'm very lucky that MVD and a few other labels send copies. Also, another movie I'm super excited about that got announced on Friday is Neon Eagle, which is a new label, has put out Ninja Terminator, which is one of the craziest remix movies ever. And it's the movie with the ninja movie with the Garfield phone. If you've never seen it, where ninjas call each other in a Garfield phone. This is a totally serious movie, and this just randomly happens in it. Holy shit, it's fucking crazy. This movie is like a remix of like another older movie. It's real good. Godfrey Ho, if you get anyone knows, I know David knows Godfrey Ho, but yeah. Clay asked a great question, Bill, in the chat. Hey boys, what's one horror movie that revolted you so much you could only watch it once? Oh boy. Do you have one, Bill?
Yeah. Well, I'm not a big fan of the Last House on the Left kind of film.
Mm.
I've seen the original Last House probably twice, but the one that I would never watch again that I saw was that sort of remake of Last House called Chaos from 2003, I think, because it was just so it was really, it was not a great film in just that it didn't seem like it had anything going on except the murders in it. And I started to get really creeped out by that. And I was like, well, you know, when Wes Craven did that, he did it for the same reasons, for film exploitation, but there was another layer of the film there. It was bullshit, like this whole like Vietnam era, like it's called violence is seeping into the culture. There's sort of an allusion to that kind of thing. The Chaos had no redeeming value whatsoever, and the characters were just so obnoxious and it was difficult to sit through, and it had one of the most gruesome death scenes that I had seen at the time. It's like a rape and murder. So I didn't like Chaos. I don't think I'd ever watch that one again. Do you have one?
No. I watch the August Underground movies. I probably wouldn't watch again just because being handheld kind of makes me nauseated. And they're very similar where it's just like showing killings. David brought up Love Actually. I was given Love Actually one year. We had a boss when I worked for a really small agency. We had been doing like 90-hour weeks, and we had like a Christmas party, and he hyped up the gift he was giving us for our bonus. And that it was really important and it meant a lot to him and it would bring us together, and he gave us all a copy of Love Actually. Like I thought we were actually getting a bonus, like for the hundreds of hours we worked, and he gave it to me. So I took it back to a used store and sold it for $3 and put the receipt and the $3 on his desk. I didn't work there that much longer.
Wow.
Yeah. So I was just like, how dare you? Like,
yeah,
he's like, you should watch this movie. It'll really mean a lot to you. And I'm like, no.
That was well deserved. That guy's an asshole to
Yeah.
do that. You don't do that to people that work for you.
Yeah. I also one time signed back a check. Another agency I was at, we got like a 0.01 or something, the lowest bonus we could get. I got like $100 bonus for working. 1 week I worked 107 hours. That's like my record in a job. And man, I signed the check back over to the company and put it on the owner's desk, and I got fired from that job. And someone had to ask for me to get my job back, and I had to go apologize in person to this person. I was not very pleased, but such is life. I got fired from that job all the time. I think I got fired like every week. This is when I was young and punk rock, I guess, where the fuck I was. I wasn't punk rock, whatever I was. Matt, I just watched Dead Girl. That's a kind of hard watch too. The problem I have with movies is I like sleaze a lot, but I also, when it feels like there's no comeuppance for the sleaze and that it almost feels, I'm trying to think of a way of saying it. It's like misogynistic and not in a way that gets proven to be misogynistic but gets celebrated. That's kind of like Irreversible is another one. Yeah, that's it. Dan brought up. Like those are the movies I kind of have issues with. But I also realize why people like them. So to each their own, right?
Yeah, everybody has different things that people might see that differently. Because like the line goes, it's only a movie. It's only a movie.
Yeah.
So,
And no one brought up Solo, which I was surprised by.
I don't know, is that a horror movie?
No, but it's like always gets brought up with the Serbian film. And, like my favorite story is when the guinea pig movies came out, the bootlegs started coming out in the US. Charlie Sheen contacted the FBI and told them that it was a snuff film. Like, meanwhile, like at the end of the movie, they show how they do the effects. Like, dude, come on. So
it could happen, Sam. You never know.
Yeah. Frank said he'll never watch Microwave Massacre again. That's probably a good idea.
Yeah, we wouldn't blame you for never watching that again. I'm surprised I watched it twice.
Oh, the things we do. We got new ads, though, it looks like, coming up here.
This is just some stuff I've been running on the page lately from the Arizona area of our country. Tucson and Phoenix, or the two Phoenix, or the two cities that I'm profiling right now. And I was excited to find this ad for World of the Vampires
Yeah.
playing at the Cineplaza, which mainly showed Mexican films, Spanish language films. A lot of the Mexican horror films played there, including this one. And I don't know if you're a big fan of the whole
Yep.
vampire series, but good
Definitely.
stuff. This.
Yeah. Beautiful logo for Cineplaza too.
You know, that kind of thing turns me on.
Oh yeah.
So here's another one.
Oh wow. Yeah. Wow, that is awesome.
That's
I would have loved to have.
You know what movie that is?
Mysterio's de Ultratumba. Is that Horrors of the Black Museum?
No. It's the Black Pit of Dr. M.
That's what I mean. Black Pit of Dr. M. Thank you.
Oh, okay. And the second movie is a comedy. Musical.
Yeah, Tintin was in a ton of comedies. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, that ad's awesome.
But wait, there's more. This double feature of The Witch's Mirror and The Living Coffin.
I love The Living Coffin because I have a fascination with, what do you call it? Cowboy movies where cowboys or Western things come into horror. And it's more rare than you would think. Also, shout out, there's 17 people on Facebook right now, which is amazing.
Remember, 23 viewers altogether.
We were happy to get that for the week. So thank you, guys. Thank you, everybody that's watching. Thank you so much.
Your support means everything to us. For liking the videos, sharing the videos. We really appreciate it because, you know, I try and tell everybody this. So, like, when you click like on Facebook, nobody's going to actually grill you and ask you if you really like it, because you're helping keep the page going, keep the videos going. So we appreciate it and we thank you. I think this was the last one. Yeah, only those three.
Yeah, that movie, The Dead Girl, everybody's talking about. Unearthed just put it out on Blu-ray. It's about people find a girl who is dead, but not really. And what would two guys do when they find a dead girl who's gorgeous? They're like, we should probably have sex with her, and and then we should try to kill her. And she keeps coming back from the dead. It's very strange. Yeah. To each their own, as Bill said. Though I don't know if it's for it's not for everybody. Very excited for next week though, of watching A Blade in the Dark. Bill Roger asked thoughts on when evil lurks.
I'm not sure what movie that is.
Yeah, what is it?
Roger? When Evil Lurks.
I'm gonna look it up here on the magic box. When Evil
Lurks? A new one.
Yeah, I have not seen it yet.
Neither have I.
Yeah, it's brand new. There's a couple new ones. I want to see Poor Things too, and I have not seen that yet either. So excited to see that. And there's also another new Shudder movie, Destroy Your Neighbors, which looks kind of cool too. But I haven't had a chance to watch that.
Aw, shucks. Thank you, Matt. Hey, no one asked me about my t-shirt tonight.
Yeah, let's see it. What? Oh, wow.
You know what that is, don't you?
What is it?
Look at the tagline.
Oh, it's Messiah of Evil.
Yes, it's Messiah of Evil. Wonderful. One of the other titles, one of the many alternate titles for Messiah. And I love yours.
Yeah, Becca got me this for Christmas, and I have loved the shirt.
So that is a thing of beauty.
Yeah, so excited. I love Independent International. They're like, fuck it, we're going to make money. That's what they're about. Isn't that what movies should?
That's one of those things that always excites me. That when their logo pops up, it's like, you know, when you see the one for what's the other? Oh, Avco Embassy really gets me excited. Independent International is close behind.
We're showing the cut of whatever cut is on Tubi, which is the new Vinegar Syndrome one, because they have the new Vinegar Syndrome art on Tubi. Because Blade in the Dark just went up. That's why we decided to show it. There's a ton of crazy stuff on Tubi right now. It kind of blows my mind. So as I'm working through this month of Jala, and try not to do too many that aren't, that are like more crimi or Polizioteca movies. I'm trying not to switch up genres too much.
So anything else we should talk about, or should we just sign off?
I am. What do you think? I'm going to watch another movie after this. I'm probably going to watch.
Oh yeah, some people were asking that. Like, what's the next movie that they should watch? They need a third one. I think you should watch Blood Beach, personally.
Oh yeah, yeah. If you had to pick another movie, if we were doing a triple feature, would Blood Beach be the next one?
It would have to be, because we talked about it so much. Brian was really excited about it, and Sean Midas actually watched that instead of watching Unhinged.
We already showed it, but I would watch Ghost House, or I would watch Witchery after this. Ghost House 5, aka La Casa 5. Did you hear my La Casa episode, Bill, where I went nuts and tried to explain all the La Casa movies?
Of course.
I discovered 2 La Casa movies I did not know, Bill. That was one of the clues. One of the clues that I gave for this movie.
I remember what they were, but you should tell everyone.
What's funny is, so I discovered that A Blade in the Dark was actually originally had a different title. It was La Casa con la Scala nel Buio, which is the house with the dark staircase. It came out 11 days before La Casa did, so in Italy, The Evil Dead 1 in Italy. So it is not a La Casa movie. However, The Girl in Room 2A was also had a La Casa title. La Casa della Paura, the House of Horror, is what that's called in Italy. I know that, Bill, you were just watched that and loved it. But here's a couple other new La Casa movies that I discovered. The Fox TV movie about the Warrens, tie into Amityville Horror, The Haunted, was released as La Casa del Anime Fuerte, the House of Lost Souls. Dream Demon was released as La Casa al number 13 in Horror Street. Superstition was released in Italy as La Casa de Mary, the House of Mary. And finally, literally after La Casa names were big, Joe D'Amato put back out Beyond Darkness, aka Blue Omega, as in Quella Casa Blue Omega, and that Dark House Omega. And to try to cash in, and the cover has a different poster, a different La Casa poster, which blows my fucking mind. They're trying to keep track of which movies are house movies, which ones are ghost house movies, La Casa movies, or demons movies, is something that obsesses me to no end. So there's a whole.
Did any of this mean anything to anybody? I mean, was this an effective marketing tool?
Yeah, because D'Amato said that if they had called Ghost House anything but La Casa 4, no one would have gone and seen it. He said Ghost House was a stupid title. He's like, it's like any movie, so he's like, it needed that name, and the La Casa name really sold a lot of movies that otherwise wouldn't sell it. So he said, that definitely worked. So that was something that he believed in. So I was trying to decipher something Vince said. The giveaway is YouTube, and other things give you instant selections rather than waiting hours and days at the drive-ins to see movies. Explain, please. I'm interested.
I think he means that, now you can watch so many things at your fingertips. You can just choose to have another movie served to you by the gods of the internet.
Pamela, Black Candles is a great pick. If I had not already seen it, because I want to watch something I haven't seen for the site, I would watch Mania, or I would watch Reincarnation of Isabel again for like the 300th time. Oh man, I love it so much.
Strange Vengeance of Rosalie.
Oh my god, that movie is fucking astounding. So here's the thing. Like, sometimes I get real down. I've talked about this before, and the thing that makes me happy is, like, however we got here. I'm not going to get into the idea of it, but you live in a time and place where some fucking insane movies have been made. Do you know what I mean? And also, insane movies have been made. Bill and I were talking about it during the break. The movie Assault played under like so many titles. It played under In the Devil's Garden in the US. They tried to make it into an Exorcist movie. What? And then it came back out again in 1980 is what, Devil's Playgirls. It doesn't have
Satan's Plaything.
Satan's Playthings, yeah. It doesn't have any of that in it. It has Susie Kendall running from a demonic killer who's not really a demon, who's just like killing women. And then, Tower of Terror was its TV name because it has a giant tower in it. That's like the level of bullshit that the last Halloween movies were supposed to have a radio tower be the whole reason Michael Myers was was a killer. I love that they like CGI'd that tower into the first one so they could explain it in the second. And when test audiences saw it, they're like, "No, this is fucking stupid." Anywho, I love the idea that like all of these movies exist, and whatever you're into, whatever like gets you fired up. For me, it's finding Italian movies and then being amazed that these movies played in the US. Like today, Bill, I saw the press book for Marta. I've never seen the press book for Marta. And whoever posted it had a rubber fucking stamp that came with the press book. And it was a TV press book to do ads for local TV guides as part of the Nightmare Theater package. Do you know I knocked everything over in my house with a tremendous boner that I had at seeing this.
Wow.
Yeah, the other movie that I wanted to bring up is The Great Swindle, which I'd never seen. Shot 3 months after Marta by the same director, almost the same cast. And so what I learned was I was always like, well, how did Stephen Boyd and Marissa Mel get together? And like what I found out was that during Marta, she was trying to get him the whole time, and he would not pay attention to her. He would ignore her. How a superhuman dude,
Don't
right?
ignore Marissa Mel.
What superhuman ability did Stephen Boyd have, right? But I guess he had just gone through a really bad breakup. Okay. So the next movie, whenever they told her, she was enraged, she hated him. And they said, well, you're going to be in another movie with him. And she's like, I don't even want to talk to him. He called her from the airport and he's like, you should come see me at the airport. And like when she came to see him, like he just like hugged her instantly and started kissing her. And he's like, I've been thinking about you for like 4 months. And she's like, yeah, I have too. I hate you. And of course, that hate turned to something else really quick. But he told her at one point that his love for her had given him a fever that was a psychosomatic fever that no doctor in Rome could solve, and he had to be away from her. And she said in an interview with an Akron newspaper, which blows my fucking mind, that they had known each other in 3 lifetimes, and in each of these lifetimes, she had fucked him up, like she had killed him or like ruined his life, and so she understood that he could never be with her. The 60s, man, the late 60s, early 70s, the best. The Great Swindle's great. It's really good, and it's never been released in the US outside when it was in the theaters. And it was not called The Great Swindle in Italy. Bill, was called The Great Swindle here because they made the poster look like The Sting. What? It has nothing to do with The Sting. Yes, people are screwing each other over, but it is not a classy movie. It is a movie of women, 2 girls that are in love with each other, and the guys whose lives they ruin. And it's just as awesome as it sounds. And swear to God, Marissa Mel has 30 outfit changes in the first 20 minutes. Like I was watching it while I was working, and like thank God I was not in a meeting. Like I literally paused the meeting and yelled at the screen, why does she have so many outfits? And it was not upset. It was great. This movie, it's maybe to anyone else that does like Marissa Mel as much as me. I know Chris loves her too, but man, you know what I mean? It was something else.
Do you think she recorded Lady-O for Stephen Boyd?
She talked about him. She still talked about him in her book that she wrote like years later. Like she never fell out of love with him. Man, could you imagine? Like I've had some. I really haven't had that many girls obsessed with me. Like Stephen Boyd was like, yeah, she was obsessed with me, and I had to run back to America because she was so obsessed with me. Marissa Mel was obsessed with you. Your life ain't that bad. You know what I mean? Like how bad does your life have to be? Like, I don't get it. Amazing.
Maybe there was something about her that you don't know. Maybe she smelled really bad.
So you know what? I could forgive a lot of stuff. I mean, who knows? Maybe she did, but still.
Or maybe she had a really hilarious laugh that really turned him off.
Her other boyfriend was a really famous discotheque owner, and he had been running cocaine through all his nightclubs. And when he was arrested in England for it, he ran across rooftops and escaped like Danger Diabolic for real, and was on the run for 18 months. And she was as you can imagine, a major celebrity in the tabloids at the time in Italy. I love that people led these, like her life is one of the movies she's in. Do you know what I mean? Like that's awesome. Like
that would be better than probably than the movies she was in.
And well, do not make fun. Her movies are all great. And she's one of the, she is, I refer to her as the female George Eastman. Like when she shows up in a movie, when George Eastman shows up in a movie, I'm like, fuck yeah. Like everything's good in the world. You know what I mean? Like if I see him just randomly show up all weird eyed and like kind of fucking lunatic, I'm like, yeah, he's awesome. When she shows up.
What other way did he show up in a movie?
That's the only thing he did. The only movie I haven't seen, he's in the one Pupi Avati Christmas movie about poker players, and he's totally normal in it because that's all he really liked to do is play poker. He's like a very sympathetic character in it. You know what I mean? But man, the only other person I feel the same way about is maybe Barbara Boucher, because I think she's. I do about Edwidge Fennis too. I just love movies. Fuck it, right? That's all it's really about. I love talking about it. That's why I love doing the show, because like nobody else in my life wants to hear me talk, other than Bill and you guys, wants to hear me talk this much about the shit that ultimately only we care about. So thank you for being there and listening to this. From someone that has a who is starting a Marissa Mel letterbox list after this. I have a letterbox list of movies that have spoiled milk in them. I mean, what's wrong with me?
I don't know how you find room for all this stuff in your life, but
I
it's
did
an inspiration that you do.
I was working this week. Like I have so much freelance now, so this week was just kind of crazy. But
all right, so next weekend we're going to be a late movie at 11 p.m. next Saturday night, and we're going to be watching A Blade in the Dark. It's going to be fabulous.
Yeah.
And we'll be there. We hope you will be too. And there was a little teaser in there too for Little Girl Who Lives Down the Lane. I don't know if you noticed when we came back, but
sure
that's in the near future as well as some special guests that'll be on. So get ready for some exciting news. All right. Movie tonight was the double feature.
Under 17 not admitted without parents or guardian. Under 17 not admitted without parents or guardian.